right. Now, Christopher, it's all yours.
Well, thank you so much, Liz, and good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. And welcome to the Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce Friday Morning Networking, where we connect the faces of local business with our community, and we help you get your message out. As always, I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy Friday to spend some time with us. Today, we are fortunate enough to have our superb host, Sara Gundell of JAG Printing and Promotional Products, where they do printing and promotional products. And that was the way I was first introduced to Sara so many years ago. And it stuck with me. And it remains funny every single time. So I think everybody here has been on the call before. We don't have any new people. You understand how we do this. So I'm just going to give it right over to Sara. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning. Thank you. It's simple but effective, printing promotional products. I'm just going to disclaimer, my husband is back here with the toddlers and Daniel Tiger, so we're going to do our best to keep them contained for this portion of the morning. So I think everyone knows what we do, but just real briefly, we sell printing and promotional products. We are a family business. My dad, Jeff, started the company in 1986. And he is technically still part of the business, but he's like heading towards retirement in the next couple of years. It's why he relocated to Florida last year. So he's working from the East Coast on Mickey Mouse time. So he's headed towards retirement, and I'm heading towards taking over the business fully over the next few years. But we both are still working together. We are brokers, so we're not manufacturing any of the items. We work with trade-only manufacturers, trade-only printers. So the folks who we're sourcing your materials from would never sell to you directly as an end user customer. So that's how we're able to kind of compete with the companies that do sell to end users. And we sort of act as we're the middleman. So we're managing your project and managing all the details and minutiae that go into ordering these types of products and finding the products and all of those things. I have two parts of my presentation today. The first one is going to talk about some of the challenges that we've been facing over the last year and that we'll be continuing to face going into 2022. A lot of you probably already heard me talk about these things, but the number one is the supply chain. We're all probably sick of hearing about the supply chain, but the truth is it's a huge problem across just about every industry, and it's ongoing, and it's at every step of the process, going all the way back to raw materials and all the way through with shipping and customs and things like that. So it's a multi-tiered problem. Ultimately, production is also taking longer on things, which ties into supply chain, but also ties into once the product is here at our plants, getting it decorated or getting paper printed. There's staff shortages, both because of, open jobs and people are sick and they're not coming into work. So it's production time is taking a lot longer. For example, we have a printer here in Portland that we work with for many years. They do a lot of our envelopes and traditional business forms, which people do still order. And normally their turnaround time is like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and they're running like 6 to 8 weeks right now, standard. So if you need something on a rush, good luck. It's really hard to get rush orders handled right now. Most of our suppliers just won't do them. They won't accept them. So allow more time for your orders. And this applies whether you're ordering from us or someone else. Allow more time, plan ahead, be flexible, don't get your heart set on that one particular item because you may not be able to get it. So just, have some wiggle room. And then the third component of all that to keep in mind is, and you're seeing this probably at the grocery store and the gas station and everywhere else you shop, price increases are just all over the place and it's really volatile. We're doing what we can to keep things as steady as possible, but there's a lot out of our control. So, if you've got a tight budget, build some cushion into what you're looking at to account for those sort of unexpected cost increases that could crop up. And best case scenario, the price doesn't change and you come in under budget. So, you know, can't hurt there. So that's sort of the challenges we're facing. All of those things said, our suppliers are doing a really good job of trying to get better about disclosing inventory up front. There's a lot more tools available for us to readily and easily check inventory and know when new shipments are expected. Not that those are guaranteed, but you know, they're doing their best. And a lot of the high demand products that were impossible to come by, you know, a year ago at this time, like hand sanitizer, are, you know, production has caught up on a lot of those things. So it is improving, but inventory continues to be, to use a technical term, a crapshoot. So that's what's going on. The other thing I want to talk about, and I will screen share for this part, people always want to know what's new in promotional products. And ultimately, nothing's new. It's all the same old products we've been doing for years. But what we are seeing is certain trends and new versions of old products. So I just thought I'd go through a few different areas that we're seeing are very popular right now and what some of the trends are in those. So one, drinkware, I think, never goes out of style. How many of us are sitting here with our coffee or our water or both? So the key things to keep in mind, particularly with drinkware, is pieces that people can use both at home and on the go. Anything that's retail inspired. So for example, if you walk into Starbucks, what are the style of drinkware that Starbucks is selling? That's sort of the trendy, you know, retail style that is really popular. Water bottles are always good. Ceramic mugs are always good. And insulated bottles and tumblers are particularly popular with the recipients who are getting these pieces at the end. I always tell people, if you want to do drinkware, make sure you've got the budget to do a decent piece, because if all you have is $1 and you're going to buy one of those cheap squeezy water bottles, you might as well be throwing your money away, because people aren't going to keep those. They want something that they can use. So either be prepared to invest in a decent piece of drinkware, or maybe let's find a different type of item for your project. Home goods are really have become huge in the last year, which shouldn't be a surprise because we're all spending a lot of time at home. So anything that can make your home feel cozy and comfy, plant kits, candles, blankets, charcuterie boards are all the rage. So things like that, just think what people would enjoy when they're hunkered down at home, quarantining and isolating. Tech is always has been popular for a few years now, but I feel like tech is definitely having its moment right now, because that's what's keeping a lot of us connected. You know, right now we're connected because of technology. So Bluetooth speakers have been trending really big, wireless earbuds and headphones, wireless charging, or charging you can take with you on the go, smart plugs, things like that. And obviously there's a lot of work from home happening. So anything that can assist with making that a more enjoyable experience. Desk organizers, ring lights. The mug on the bottom left there is a new to us product for being imprinted this year, which is an Ember Mug. I don't know if you've heard of those. They're super fancy and they control the temperature of your drink, which I could probably use one of those because I'm gotten very used to drinking cold coffee this year. Blue light glasses, notebooks, and we're seeing both old school paper notebooks. People are using those a lot, but also rocket books, which are sort of a mix of old and new technology. And then apparel, the trends we're seeing is comfy. People want to be comfortable. So loungewear is really big. Socks have just been exploding in popularity, which I love. I think it's really fun to do a fun pattern sock, and the fact that we can really customize them so fully these days is really fun for me. And then going back to the retail inspired, you know, knit hats, kind of like that Love Your Melon style, The manufacturers call them waist bags, but I'm old enough to remember when they were called fanny packs, and apparently they're trendy again. I don't get it, but they're trending. And scrunchies, also another item from days gone by, are coming back. Everything that was old is new again. And then of course, all your PPE and COVID safety related items are continuing to be popular and useful because we're still wearing masks, we're carrying vaccination cards, we're sanitizing. So all of those things continue to have a place in the promotional world. So that's sort of a very quick and dirty rundown of what's trending. And yeah, so that's it.
Well, thank you so very much, Sarah. As always, comprehensive and clear. Does anybody have any questions for Sarah?
I actually have a question, Sarah. Where did the term JAG come from?
So JAG came from my dad's initials, Jeffrey Allen Gundell. So when he started the company, it was JAG Forms because he sold business forms, and it's technically still JAG Forms, but we sort of don't use the forms as often just because it's a little bit of a throwback.
Sarah,
Yeah,
are you still selling the pizza cutters?
we sure are. I'd have to check to see if they're in stock right now, but we sure are.
Well, we're coming up on our 25th anniversary, so we want to order some.
Oh, nice. You know how to get a hold of me.
Yes, I do.
So Sarah, you showed something that I haven't actually seen anywhere, and it was really cool. The hook for the monitor for your mask. We might need to talk about that because I mean we're struggling to get people, for obvious reasons, to come back to the office.
Right. That's a newer product. That is the new product for this year. And there's a couple different versions of them. The one I think that was on my slideshow shows it attached to a computer screen, but there's a bigger one that you can attach to like a shelf or a desk or something. And it's a place to hang your mask. You know, if you're in a situation like, I know Liz, you know, you have to wear your mask when you're in the building, but when you're in your office, you're isolated, you can take your mask off, and it's nice to have a place to put it up so it's not getting lost in the desk and all that. So
Yeah, no, that one's cool.
I'm glad you caught that one. Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
And the embers are expensive in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they are still, I was like, expensive in general. So
yeah, promotional items definitely run the gamut from, you know, less than $1 items to a few $100s depending on the item and where it falls. And those are definitely, if I'm remembering correctly, in the $150 to $200 range with the imprint.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
And just like that business gets done, Kim, what do you have for Sarah?
I'd like to know what's happening with TJAG.
TJAG, hold on. TJAG's up here.
Oh, please hold.
Okay, sorry. So TJAG was high on the shelf because my children were stealing him and chewing on him. So I kept him out of reach.
Katie?
Anastasia had her hand up first, and I can come in a close second. Well,
go ahead.
Okay. Well, my little thing is just a kind of shout out for Miss Sarah and the team. Even in pre-COVID times, Sarah has been Johnny on the spot for making sure that everything is taken care of with plenty of lead time. Like she and I talking in like October or September that people's Christmas gifts need to get ordered this week. And like, as far as a business associate and friend goes, she's top notch. So as a testament to her and her business and like managing and wrestling twins and household and everything and business, she's a superwoman. So yeah, if you need stuff and things, talk to Miss Sarah.
Anastasia?
Well, Sarah, I was kind of curious, are there trade shows that you go to learn about new trends in the industry, or are you like in an association, or how does that work?
Yes to both. There was actually the industry's largest trade show was just this last week in Las Vegas. I did not go because I have 2 unvaccinated children at home. So there are trade shows. There was one actually in Orlando last week that my dad went to because it was right near his house. But yeah, there's trade shows. And actually the association that we're part of is planning for next month a virtual version of their trade show so that anyone who didn't travel to Las Vegas can kind of virtually meet with vendors and kind of get that experience. They did that last year actually, and it was really, it was actually really smartly put together, considering it was sort of a scramble for them to get it organized. So yeah, there's trade shows. There's a regional trade show that typically happens not outside of pandemic times in Portland and Seattle. So yeah, there's different associations that we're part of, different trade shows that we go to. And then we also have a network of, I mean, the promotional products industry, it's massive. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of suppliers available to us, but we've definitely curated some really strong relationships with several key suppliers that we work with a lot. And so we also work really well directly with those suppliers on getting information on what they've got that's new and their services and things like that.
Fantastic. Do we have any other questions for Sara? Yes, Nicole Nathan, She of Shadowed Lights, like a music video down there.
I know it's pretty MTV around here. I just wanted to give a shout out to Sara because she helped us at the Arts Council with some notebooks, like she was talking about old school notebooks. We give those out as benefits of membership, and we're running low on what we had. And Sara found us a great competitive price. It's a beautiful product, and actually we got it. It came to us before it was scheduled to, so it was all great. So always nice to work with a local person rather than a faceless, nameless person on the computers. So thanks again.
Absolutely, you bet.
I should say that I love that those got shipped early to you guys, and that was nothing to do with that part of the project. That was just, again, it was one of our preferred vendors that we work with who, you know, one of the reasons we go to is when they can get something pushed through a little quicker for us, they do it. So
Yes,
it's hard
take
to
all the
get
credit.
those.
Take the credit for it.
It was all me. I made them.
Okay, good. See, I knew it. It was all Sara.
It's all about those relationships, and that's the advantage of going with Sara. She has relationships with good providers. She knows the good from the bad, has had those relationships, and if anything can be done timely, Sara's the client that can help get it done.
Can't get done timely. I'll let you know. I won't make promises we can't keep.
Are we back to expectation management?